Do artists really have to starve to be true to their craft? Must the business side of creativity drain all inspiration? No, it does not. 5 minutes on creative entrepreneurship can help you master the business side of creativity, reap greater rewards from your talent, and enjoy your work to the fullest.
I'm so glad trouble don't last always.
For most creative professionals, our time really is our money. While there are other ways to sell your creative services beyond the billable hour, and we should strive toward flat project fees or even value pricing, by and large, most creatives price and sell their services by the hour. That's why tracking your time is so important, and why you should treat time tracking as if it were a critical inventory management system. And if you're disciplined enough to keep track of all your time, you'll discover other valuable ways your time data can benefit your creative practice. I'm Eric Holter, and I've been a serial creative entrepreneur for over 3 decades. After graduating from Rhode Island School of Design in 1991, I could cut and print beautiful wood engravings. But I had no idea how to run a business. They just don't teach enough about business in art school. As you keep track of all the time you spend in your work, everything from the work itself to your administration time, financials, and marketing, you'll be building a valuable resource. Drawing upon this data can have all sorts of benefits for your business. But if you haven't been keeping track, there's no substitute for this crucial resource and no shortcut to establishing it. If you haven't been tracking all your time, well, there's no better time than the present to start. And in order to encourage you to invest that little extra effort each day to keep track of your minutes, let me share some of the practical ways drawing on this resource will benefit your practice. The biggest way your time data helps is in more accurately estimating future work. When it comes time to write that proposal or get back to a client with an estimate for their project, our subjective sense of how much time it will take is usually faulty. We regularly underestimate the amount of time it really takes to complete our assignments. That's because we focus too much on the time related to our core creative process, forgetting about many smaller time expenditures in and around our process that are also needed to complete a project. What's more, as I mentioned in episode 27, we often overlook how much communication time goes into our work before we can start sketching ideas or brainstorming solutions. And so, having complete and accurate time records and referring to them when we're working up estimates will keep us honest as we provide realistic numbers to our clients. We need to be kept honest at this critical starting point, since these numbers will likely define whether we make a profit on our work or drown in our own failure to estimate properly. Another reason we can become overly optimistic and unrealistic about estimates is that we get so captivated by an attractive creative opportunity that we're willing to fudge on the time costs involved in pursuing it. Lastly, we become unrealistic about our estimates simply because we're desperate for work to fill a cash flow deficit. Since we're so prone to compromise on price and faulty in our memories of all that goes into our process, we need an objective, truthful record to guide us in setting our prices. In addition to keeping us honest, there's another huge benefit to having and using your time data. Namely, it gives us confidence as we deliver our estimates and quotes. When you've based your estimates on firm data, you can confidently hold to your pricing and explain with some detail why a certain scope of work will cost what it does. And when you're basing rates and fees on solid data, you'll be able to hold firm when your clients push back on price. And here's a helpful tip. When a client asks you to give them an estimate on a project, never give them a number right away. Instead, tell them you need to go back and review your time data to evaluate what the project will cost, and then get back to them a day or so later. By simply delaying the delivery of the price while referencing your time data as the reason, your clients will be much less inclined to challenge your prices or ask you to compromise. Having robust, accurate, and complete time records is so helpful for running your creative practice professionally and profitably. There really is no replacing this treasure trove of time data. While it can be annoying to keep track of on a daily basis, over the years, you'll be glad you did. Until next week, don't let the business of creativity overwhelm your creative business.
5 Minutes on Creative Entrepreneurship is a podcast by Eric Holter, mentor to creative entrepreneurs. You can find more content and resources at erichholter.com. His book, Blazing the Freelance Trail, is available on Amazon in print, Kindle, and audio. If this podcast is helpful to you, be sure to share it with your colleagues, and ratings and reviews are always appreciated.
I'm so glad trouble don't last.